The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Two.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
First down, Giants.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Back to throw. Stanley. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
80 weapon. Get it.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's complete to John Ross. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
Down. 10 Lobo.
Tight end right. Hey. You got 3. 3 down. 52's the mark, boys. 52's down.
Throwing on first down. Stanley. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. In for the score. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Kill. 22, Jet, Palmer. 22, Jet, Palmer.
From the 27, Jackson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school, he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Recon, 152 fighter.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
And Tucson. General West.
Titans on Ringo.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
On second down now, Barkley. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On third down, Stanley. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Here's Henderson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Look at me, zipper.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. I got you, boy.
Hey, seam 6.
Looking to throw on second down. Stanley, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
5.
From the gun, Stanley. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Giants.
Dad, ready? 60 outlaw.
Push him back.
Operating from the gun, Stanley. And he's got his man on the out route. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
X3, 218, get it.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
Go, go, go. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Hey, Delta.
We got 4. We got 4. Mike 40. Mike 40. All day. Check Mike 40. Check Mike 40.
Bravo.
Let's go. Mike 40. Mike 40. Check. He's coming. Quit talking about it and bring it.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey. 4 down. Check it out.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, exit.
Squeeze. It's a party now.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Stanley toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That drive just seemed to go for an eternity. I could kind of hear our sponsor saying, hey, we need to get our product pushed here. But then it ends in a field goal.
Yeah, how about that? Not enough time for product placement, but plenty of time to get 3 points out of the deal. I know that the guys on defense, though, they wanted to get those products out there. They wanted to stop that drive, just weren't able to do so.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Check 37. Check 37. Zip this. Hold. Check 93's the mic. No more. Curler. Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic. That's right.
Now Jackson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
They'll try and run with their fullback. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Detroit Lions, first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
We got motion. Back up, back up. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the six.
Watch the slants. Watch the slants.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Jackson is going to let this one go deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Check. 53. Hey. Check. 53 is mine. I can't believe they let you play. Let you play.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Ricky. Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping. Henry.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jackson looking left sideline, incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
3rd and 2, here's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Vaughn. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. To throw on 2nd down, Stanley. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Second down and goal. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 77 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run here with Henderson, and he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll look to run with Henderson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Hey, box truck.
Back to throw. Stanley. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. As his guys are in for 6. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Touchdown, New York. Albert Rosas lining up for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Mike, 53, Mike. Here we go. Let it go.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson, he sets to fire deep, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down.
Break. Protein spill.
They'll run with Barkley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
The tackle by Jahlani Tavai. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Let's go now. 18 Gators, blue draw Corker. Check 52. Ready?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stanley able to get away. Shreds the tackle. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Aaron Donald make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
52's the mic right here on the left, right? 52's the mic.
6-6, pull it high. Defense.
Looking to throw. Stanley. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
30 base.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Hey.
I got you. Hey, Mike 52, Mike.
Hey, Haywood. Shoot.
From the gun, Stanley gets this out to Saquon Barkley. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Back to throw. Stanley. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense, and they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
We ain't giving him nothing today.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Check. Check. 53.
Throwing again. Jackson looking deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception. And now here is another interception. Julian Love picks it, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. A first down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
I got you.
Yep.
Get him. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
Hey, my 7. Now.
To throw on 2nd down. Stanley got a man open. It's Ross. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Complete to John Ross. A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
It's coming again.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
80 weapons. Hey, zoom.
Safety creek.
On the ball. Go.
Henderson going to run for it. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
First down, Giants.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They come out here in the eye.
It's a long day for you. Double time. 3 down. Check 15. Check 15.
Hey, orbit.
Looking to throw. Stanley. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Bang, bang, bang.
From the 29, Jackson incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Check.
Here's Jackson. He's got Fuller. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Open man, he's got him to tight end Hockenson. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Jackson now. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
11 yards there and a Lion first down. They'll run on first down. It's Johnson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Big stop, let's go. Slam. It's great.
Jackson from the shotgun. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Hey, Echo.
51's the mic, boys, 51.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
First down.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Exit.
Smooth.
Hey, 25's the mic. We got 25's the mic.
Operating from the gun, Stanley. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, 25's the mic. We got 25's the mic. I got it. Hey, 25's the mic. We got 25's the mic. It's our field. It's our field.
2nd and 2. He's going to go up top for the end zone. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Check the time.
Hey, wahoo.
25's the mic. We got 25's the mic. Watch the run.
Back to throw. Stanley flushed out right. He's going to take a shot, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Giants, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get it